Well, before this apple blossom disappears, it would be rather nice to have a go at it close up as well. The tones are very close at the moment because there's not much sunshine, but it's glowing through there. I've got to really play different colour hues against each other here because the colours, the shaded tones are very, very close. Might be just worth having a go before the apple blossom disappears completely. As usual, the first thing is composition and just what I want to fit in. But this rather lovely pine tree here that is quite sculptural, and I would like to have coming in at this edge here. That branch will come out right the way up, down through into it here. So look at all of these branches coming out and down and up and through there. So it makes an interesting view through. I changed the scale of it slightly. Now then, immediately, nice and loose, I want to get some nice big lumps of paint on and look at making distance as well as in the aerial perspective, that's the use of blues in the background, as well as the perspective of the drawing, of the sky. Because I've got these lovely delicate pinks on here, sky needs to be quite warm compared to this. So I'm going to go for quite a blue-grey mix of colour. Take some cobalt blue, yellow ochre, brown and white to make a very light, warm, browny grey. You might think that's a bit much at the moment, but when I get the other colours against it, it should work. That goes right behind the tree here, down to there. Got to look for the play of one colour to another every time I paint, this way of painting. That gives us a lovely rich background for the trees. Now let's come down to the trees and back behind here themselves. And I'm going to add some sap green to that. Into the background here, a bit more yellow ochre. Just to give myself an immediate background, which will just glow through all of these greys today, and then I'll bring the other stronger colours over the top as I go on. Get the feeling of the broken branches behind here before I start to put leaves and things in. I say broken branches, I mean broken edges of leaves. Right down to here. And we'll get this deeper pine tree in now. Again, I'll use Prussian blue now and some yellow ochre to make a lovely deep green colour coming down here. I don't always use man-made greens by any means. I'm happy to mix my own. And there's a lot of blue in greens, remember, we have to remember that. Change of palette again, so the same colours are in my palette, but the way that I use them is the matter, isn't it? So we get that right down there. Then I want to come across this pine tree with the greens in a moment. Just get this warm colour green going right down through here, because this warm green comes all the way down into the darks of the chrome yellow on there. Make hay while the sun shines. So on the white canvas you see the yellow shows beautifully, but as soon as I put that over a colour it just gets lost look. So not so much with oils, you're better off with oils on something like this, but how thin this stuff is on here. Right, that's another visitor just gone. I'm looking for a photograph to paint, and of course I'm painting a real thing. Right, let's be getting on then. We're just putting in some of these mid-greens before I was called away. Just build up on these. The sunlight has come out a bit more since I left you for a moment ago, and it's still very yellow, that. So more yellow ochre into that green to get a nice yellow feel to these tips of these. You can see how we can get the effect of sunlight. I'm a bit wary here because I noticed that watch the marks. It's very easy to take things for granted that aren't even happening, and I just realised that most of these pine tree marks are coming across the canvas. Much yellower behind there. So I want a lovely sort of yellowy ochre green going on. Something we can do with acrylics probably more quickly than oils, although if I work with oils onto MDF, I can get these effects quite quickly. And at the moment I just need to get rid of this canvas so I can get pure colour on in a moment, and it's come out a bit. We're getting a little bit of light coming across the leaves. Tangle of branches happening right up through here that I've got to work on when the time is right. Already starting on it, as you can see. I'm not going to worry too much about it being exact yet. Alright, let's get back onto this lawn. Put some colours in there. Nice mixture of green just to get it going. I don't really care what colour I slap on there at the moment, as long as it's some lighter, warmer green just to get me going. Ivy leaves that are growing right down here will indicate those now. The cooler greens amongst them. Bits of pink just catching the light there, a little bit of orange into them. Start to get the effect of sunlight at last. I shall have to go to a smaller brush soon. At the moment I still want to get these colours in, and I think I've just about done all I can. I want to go back in with the greens now. I want to have nice big leaves here in the foreground, coming through to lead the eye in through here. Right, I think it's time to change down brushes, down from my 3/4 inch here to a smaller filbert. That one's a little bit stiff, this one's maybe the best job for it. Let's see what we can do. Wash these off. I'm fairly close because I want to get a lot of fine splatter together in the background there. Keep the angles going. It's got the distant cherry blossom. I just wanted that bit of texture in there. I'm talking of texture. Let's have a few daisies. Now I want much bigger. How am I going to get that? I want much bigger, wetter. Let's make my brush into more of a... See if I can just get some daisies onto the grass here. As the sun has got brighter, of course, my lights and darks have got stronger in between, which is where I come into my own. This is where I start to really enjoy painting strong colours. And now these branches that we ghosted in earlier are able to go behind colour in a moment and just try and pick up on some of the lights on top of them. Let's try that now with a little bit of very light mauve magenta. See if that does it. Not sure of the colour yet, we'll try and find it. Before I start to find the lighter greens again on the end of the leaves, they sink so easily with this acrylic. That's the trouble, everything sinks. On it. Against that darker sky, which actually has just come back a little bit, so that's quite handy in a way. So the sun has gone again and I'm left with these mid-tones. I'd like to have had a bit of sun just whilst I did the flowers, but never mind. I'm going to want to come to a very light turquoise blue and see if I can get that to work in the shadows. Very, very light, delicate light blue. Not white, it's not pink, it's a couple of colours together. You've got to remember that with things like this when you're painting. It's hardly ever just one colour, it's not just pink blossom or... there's a whole series of colours together to make, especially with an impressionist piece like this where you're painting with light rather than tones, or the tones are there, but before I do the warms, the cools in. I'm going to go to cream yet as well, because that's going to really make things sing. We're just beginning with these colours. So even a grey day can be brought back to life with... Oh, now we've got some sunshine just coming out at the right time, look. Now what I'm going to do now is make a very, very light, cool cream, because I just want to pick up this sunlight that's coming across the leaves. My very light lemon yellow should be the job for that. White and lemon yellow, just a tint of it. Let's see if we can pick out these beautiful centres of these. So even if I don't go any further than this, the painting would stand on its own now. I've got bee coming trying to get on my flowers. Look, a real honeybee. How lovely. Bring some of these lights through here. Daisies and things, the bee's still there. He thinks this must be something good here. He says all these colours. When I'm doing a demonstration, it's times like this are the best, because you've worked through all the dross, got rid of the undercoats, and you can suddenly hit those last colours and people go, wow, especially when you're doing something like a cafe scene with a waiter's light clothing at the end. Japanese feel to it, almost like the Japanese cherry trees. I think that will do. Decide where to sign it. Probably here, although there will be a nice spot because it's in front of the tractor over to there. And we'll call that a day. Well, there we are then. A lovely couple of hours spent here trying to capture the blossom a little bit closer. And I've shown you how I work from the darker tones up and out to my light highlight at the very end. Let's go from this to the actual scene. And there we are.